Did you know that thousands of drivers across California are being flagged every single day for violations they didn't even realize were illegal? Even more shocking, some of these mistakes can lead to fines that climb as high as $10,000. And starting March 12th, 2026, enforcement is expected to become even more aggressive, with police patrols, automated cameras, and digital license plate scanners watching the roads more closely than ever before. The scary part? Many drivers are doing these things without even knowing they're breaking the law. Imagine driving to work like any normal day, coffee in one hand, music playing, traffic moving slowly, and suddenly you're pulled over or receive a notice for a violation that could cost thousands of dollars. Sounds unbelievable, right? But authorities say these rules are designed to reduce dangerous driving habits, distracted driving, and prevent accidents that affect thousands of families every year. In today's video, we'll reveal the 10 shocking reasons drivers could face massive fines, and more importantly, how you can protect yourself and avoid becoming the next target. Before we dive in, take a quick moment to support the channel by hitting that subscribe button. When you subscribe, you're not just helping the channel grow, you're joining a community that stays informed, protected, and one step ahead of costly mistakes. Your support truly means a lot, and it helps us keep bringing you important updates that could save you thousands of dollars. Now, let's get into the first reason you absolutely need to know. Number 1, illegal phone use while driving. One of the most common mistakes drivers make every single day is using their phone while driving. It may seem harmless, just a quick glance at a message, checking directions, or replying to a notification, but in reality, even 2 or 3 seconds of distraction can completely change what happens on the road. Safety researchers have found that when a driver looks at their phone, their brain becomes less aware of traffic signals, pedestrians, auto, and sudden stops ahead. That small moment of distraction is often enough to cause serious accidents. Because of the rising number of crashes linked to distracted driving, authorities have started cracking down harder than ever before. In many areas, police officers are now actively watching for drivers holding phones, texting at red lights, or scrolling while moving through traffic. Some roads even use advanced traffic cameras and patrol monitoring to identify drivers who appear distracted. If a driver is caught repeatedly ignoring these rules or causing danger on the road, penalties can increase dramatically. What might start as a simple ticket can escalate into much larger fines and legal trouble if the behavior continues. So how can you avoid becoming one of those drivers who ends up paying a painful fine? The solution is actually simple. Before you start driving, set your phone to driving mode or do not disturb. If you need navigation, mount your phone on a hands-free dashboard holder so you're not tempted to grab it. And if a message feels urgent, the safest option is always to pull over somewhere safe before checking it. These small habits can protect not only your wallet, but also the safety of everyone on the road. And before we move to the next shocking reason, take a moment to support the channel by hitting the subscribe button. When you subscribe, you help us continue sharing important information that protects drivers and families every day. Your support truly means a lot, and it motivates us to keep bringing you updates that could save you from costly mistakes and keep you safer on the road. Number 2, excessive speeding in safety zones. Another mistake that many drivers underestimate is speeding in safety zones, especially near schools, construction areas, and pedestrian crossings. When you're running late or trying to keep up with fast-moving traffic, it can feel harmless to drive just a little above the speed limit. But in these specific zones, even a small increase in speed can create a serious danger for pedestrians, children, road workers, and other drivers. That's exactly why authorities treat these violations much more seriously than regular speeding. Studies on road safety consistently show that higher speeds dramatically increase the risk of severe accidents. When a vehicle moves faster, the driver has less time to react if someone suddenly crosses the road or if traffic stops unexpectedly. In school zones, for example, children may run across the street without warning. In construction zones, workers are often only a few feet away from passing traffic. Because of these risks, enforcement in these areas has become much stricter in recent years. Many roads now use automated speed cameras, radar monitoring, and increased police patrols to detect drivers who ignore these limits. These systems can instantly capture a vehicle's speed and record the license plate. For repeat offenders or extremely dangerous speeding, penalties can increase significantly, leading to hefty fines and legal consequences that drivers never expected. The safest approach is simple but powerful. Always slow down when entering marked safety zones. Pay attention to flashing lights near schools. temporary signs in construction areas, and pedestrian crossing signals. Even if other drivers around you are rushing, remember that arriving a few minutes earlier is never worth risking someone's life or facing a massive fine. And before we continue to the next reason that could cost drivers thousands, take a moment to subscribe to the channel. Your support truly means everything to us. When you subscribe, you help us keep sharing important safety updates, hidden laws, and tips that protect drivers like you. By simply clicking that button, you become part of a community that stays informed, aware, and one step ahead of costly mistakes on the road. Number 3, illegal vehicle modifications. For many car enthusiasts, modifying a vehicle is a way to express personality, improve performance, or simply make their car stand out. From loud exhaust systems to tinted windows and engine upgrades, modifications have become incredibly popular. But what many drivers don't realize is that some of these changes can actually break state vehicle regulations, especially in places with strict environmental and safety standards. And when those rules are violated, the penalties can be much more serious than people expect. One of the most common issues involves modified exhaust systems. While some drivers enjoy the deeper or louder sound, extremely loud exhaust setups can violate noise limits designed to reduce disturbance in neighborhoods and cities. Another common problem is tampering with emission systems. Modern vehicles are built with equipment that helps control pollution and protect air quality. When drivers remove or modify these components to increase performance, it can lead to serious legal violations because the vehicle no longer meets required environmental standards. Authorities are becoming more vigilant about these issues. Police officers can stop vehicles that appear unusually loud or heavily modified, and in some regions, vehicles must also pass strict inspection checks to ensure they meet safety and emission requirements. If a vehicle fails these checks or is found with illegal modifications, drivers may face significant fines, repair orders, or even restrictions on driving the vehicle until the problem is fixed. The best way to avoid these problems is to make sure any modifications you plan are fully compliant with vehicle regulations. Before installing aftermarket parts, research whether they are approved for street use. If you're unsure, consult a professional mechanic or check official vehicle guidelines. This way, you can still enjoy personalizing your car without risking expensive penalties. And before we reveal the next reason drivers could face major fines, take a quick moment to subscribe to the channel. Your support truly inspires us to keep creating videos that help drivers stay informed and protected. By subscribing, you're not just supporting the channel, you're helping us continue sharing valuable tips that could save you from costly mistakes and keep you safer every time you hit the road. Number 4, driving without proper insurance. Another serious mistake that can quickly turn into a very costly problem is driving without proper car insurance. Many drivers assume that as long as they are careful on the road, nothing bad will happen. Unfortunately, accidents can occur in a split second, even when you're driving responsibly. That's why insurance is not just a recommendation. It's a legal requirement designed to protect drivers, passengers, and everyone else on the road. When a driver operates a vehicle without valid insurance, the risks increase dramatically. If an accident occurs, the financial responsibility for damages, medical bills, and repairs can become overwhelming. Road safety experts often highlight that accidents involving uninsured drivers create serious financial and legal complications, not only for the driver involved, but also for innocent victims. This is one of the main reasons authorities treat uninsured driving as a major violation. So, in recent years, enforcement has become much more advanced. Police officers now have access to digital databases that instantly verify whether a vehicle is insured. In many areas, license plate scanners mounted on patrol cars automatically check passing vehicles against these records. If the system detects that a car does not have active insurance, the driver can be stopped immediately and face heavy penalties, fines, and possible license suspension. The good news is that avoiding this situation is straightforward. Always make sure your insurance policy is active and up to date. Set reminders for renewal dates so your coverage never expires without you noticing. It's also a good idea to keep digital or physical proof of insurance easily accessible in case an officer asks for it during a traffic stop. Before we move on to the next surprising reason drivers could face massive fines, take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Q, your support truly means the world to us. When you subscribe, you help us continue sharing important information that protects drivers and families every day. By joining our community, you're helping us spread knowledge that could save someone from expensive mistakes and keep more people safe on the road. Number 5, street racing and reckless driving. One of the most dangerous behaviors on the road, and one that authorities are cracking down on harder than ever, is street racing and reckless driving. While it may look thrilling in movies or viral videos online, the reality on real streets is far different. High speeds, sudden lane changes, and aggressive driving can turn an ordinary road into a life-threatening situation within seconds. Unfortunately, this behavior has been increasing in many cities, which is why law enforcement agencies are paying much closer attention. Traffic safety studies consistently show that reckless driving dramatically increases the chances of serious crashes. When drivers race or drive aggressively, they often ignore traffic signals, drive far beyond speed limits, and put pedestrians and other drivers at serious risk. Even drivers who are not participating in the race can become victims simply by being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Because of these dangers, authorities now treat street racing as a major public safety threat, not just a simple traffic violation. Police departments have started using special patrol units, surveillance cameras, and community reports to identify areas where illegal racing happens. In many cases, officers can issue severe penalties not only to the drivers racing, but sometimes even to those encouraging or organizing the event. What starts as a moment of excitement can quickly turn into serious legal trouble, heavy fines, vehicle impoundment, or even license suspension. The best way to stay safe and avoid costly consequences is simple: never participate in or support illegal racing on public roads. If you enjoy high-performance driving, there are legal racetracks and organized events designed specifically for that purpose. These places allow drivers to experience speed in a controlled environment without risking lives or breaking the law. Before we reveal the next surprising reason drivers can face massive fines, take a moment to subscribe to the channel. Your support truly motivates us to keep sharing videos that help drivers stay informed and protected. By subscribing, you're helping us spread knowledge that could prevent accidents, save money, and protect families on the road every single day. Number 6. Ignoring emergency vehicles on the road. One rule that many drivers forget in stressful traffic situations is how to properly respond when emergency vehicles appear on the road. When you hear the loud siren of an ambulance, police car, or fire truck, it usually means someone's life may depend on those responders reaching their destination as quickly as possible. Even a delay of a few seconds can make a huge difference in emergency situations. That's why traffic laws require drivers to move over and give emergency vehicles a clear path. However, many drivers panic or simply ignore the rule. Some continue driving in the same lane, while others hesitate because they are unsure what to do. Unfortunately, failing to move aside or slow down when an emergency vehicle approaches can create dangerous road conditions. Emergency responders must sometimes weave through traffic to get around blocked vehicles, which increases the risk of accidents for everyone involved. Traffic safety experts emphasize that protecting emergency workers is extremely important. Police officers, paramedics, and firefighters often work only a few feet away from moving traffic when responding to incidents on the roadside. Because of these risks, authorities enforce move-over laws, which require drivers to either change lanes or slow down significantly when passing emergency vehicles with flashing lights. The safest habit is simple: stay alert while driving and always listen for sirens. When you hear one approaching, check your mirrors, safely move to the side of the road, or switch to another lane if possible. This small action helps emergency teams reach people in need faster and prevents dangerous situations on the road. Before we continue to the next important reason drivers can face serious fines, take a moment to subscribe to the channel. Your support truly means a lot to us. By subscribing, you help us continue creating videos that inform, protect, and guide drivers every day. Together, we can build a community that stays aware, responsible, and safer on the road. Number 7. Illegal parking in restricted zones. Parking might seem like a simple everyday task, but choosing the wrong spot can quickly turn into an expensive mistake. Many drivers park wherever they find a convenient space without realizing that certain areas are strictly restricted by law. Places like fire lanes, bus stops, disabled parking spaces, and loading zones are designed for specific purposes, and parking there, even for a few minutes, can lead to serious penalties. One of the biggest concerns involves parking in fire lanes. These areas must remain completely clear so that emergency vehicles can quickly access buildings during fires or other emergencies. If a vehicle blocks that space, firefighters may lose valuable time trying to move around it. In some extreme situations, emergency crews may even be forced to damage or push a vehicle out of the way to reach people who need help. That's why parking in these areas is treated as a major violation. Another common issue is parking in disabled parking spaces without a proper permit. These spaces are specifically reserved for individuals who rely on them for accessibility and safety. When someone without authorization uses that space, it can cause serious inconvenience for those who genuinely need it. Because of this, authorities enforce these rules strictly, and fines for these violations can be much higher than normal parking tickets. To avoid these problems, always take a moment to carefully check parking signs and road markings before leaving your car. Look for painted curbs, posted restrictions, or special permit requirements. Even if you're only stopping for a few minutes, it's always better to park legally than risk facing a costly penalty. And before we reveal the next surprising reason drivers can face massive fines, take a quick moment to subscribe to the channel. Your support truly means the world to us. By subscribing, you help us continue sharing important information that protects drivers, saves money, and keeps families safer on the road every day. Number 8. Driving with expired vehicle registration. Another mistake that many drivers overlook is driving with an expired vehicle registration. It might seem like a small administrative detail, but forgetting to renew your registration can quickly lead to unexpected fines and legal trouble. Many people assume they'll simply renew it later, or that officers won't notice. But modern enforcement systems have made it much easier for authorities to detect vehicles with expired registration. Today, many police patrol cars are equipped with automatic license plate recognition systems. These scanners can instantly read license plates of passing vehicles and compare them with state databases. If a vehicle's registration has expired, the system alerts officers within seconds. This means that even if a driver believes they are unnoticed in traffic, the system may already have flagged their vehicle. Expired registration is more than just paperwork. Vehicle registration ensures that cars on the road meet legal requirements such as safety standards, tax compliance, and proper identification. When drivers fail to renew their registration on time, it creates complications for law enforcement and road safety monitoring. Because of this, penalties can include fines, late fees, and sometimes even additional legal consequences if the issue continues for too long. Fortunately, avoiding this problem is very simple. Always keep track of your registration renewal date. Many states send reminder notices by mail or email, but it's still a good idea to set your own reminder on your phone or calendar. Renewing early can help you avoid last-minute stress and ensure that your vehicle remains fully legal and compliant on the road. Before we continue to the next reason drivers can face serious penalties, take a moment to subscribe to the channel. Your support truly means a lot to us. By subscribing, you help us keep creating videos that inform, protect, and guide drivers with important updates. Together, we can build a community that stays aware, responsible, and one step ahead of costly mistakes on the road. Number 9. Unsafe lane changes and aggressive driving. Another common mistake that many drivers make, often without realizing it, is unsafe lane changing and aggressive driving behavior. On busy highways and crowded city roads, drivers sometimes weave through traffic, switch lanes quickly, or fail to signal before moving into another lane. While it may seem like a harmless way to save a few seconds, these actions can create extremely dangerous situations for everyone on the road. Traffic safety experts explain that sudden lane changes are one of the leading causes of multi-vehicle accidents, especially on high-speed roads. When a driver cuts into another lane without warning, the driver behind may not have enough time to react. This can trigger a chain reaction of sudden braking, swerving, or even collisions. What begins as a small act of impatience can quickly turn into a serious crash involving multiple vehicles. Aggressive driving also includes behaviors such as tailgating, rapid lane weaving, and refusing to allow other vehicles to merge. These habits increase tension on the road and often lead to road rage incidents. Because of the rising number of accidents caused by aggressive driving, law enforcement agencies have started paying closer attention to these behaviors. Officers actively watch for drivers who repeatedly switch lanes dangerously or fail to signal, and violations can lead to costly fines and legal penalties. The safest way to avoid these problems is to practice calm and defensive driving. Always use your turn signal before changing lanes, check your mirrors and blind spots carefully, and maintain a safe following distance from the vehicle ahead. Even if traffic is frustrating or slow, remember that patience on the road can prevent accidents and protect lives. Alright, before we reveal the final and most serious reason drivers can face massive fines, take a quick moment to subscribe to the channel. Your support truly means everything to us. When you subscribe, you help us continue sharing valuable information that keeps drivers informed, safe, and protected from costly mistakes. Together, we can build a community that drives smarter, safer, and more responsibly every day. Number 10, driving under the influence, DUI. The final, and perhaps the most serious violation on this list is driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Every year, thousands of accidents happen because a driver decided to get behind the wheel while impaired. Alcohol and certain substances affect the brain's ability to focus, react quickly, and make safe decisions. Even when a driver believes they feel fine, their reaction time and judgment can already be dangerously reduced. Safety researchers have repeatedly found that impaired driving greatly increases the risk of severe and fatal crashes. When alcohol enters the bloodstream, it slows down the brain's response to sudden situations on the road, like a car braking suddenly, a pedestrian crossing unexpectedly, or traffic signals changing. What might normally take a driver a split second to react to can suddenly take much longer. And in driving, those few seconds can make the difference between safety and tragedy. Because of the serious risks involved, law enforcement agencies treat DUI violations with extreme seriousness. Police officers conduct sobriety checkpoints, roadside tests, and patrol monitoring to identify drivers who may be impaired. If someone is caught driving under the influence, the consequences can be severe. Drivers may face large fines, license suspension, mandatory legal penalties, and even the possibility of jail time depending on the situation. The safest and smartest decision is simple. Never drive after drinking or using substances that affect your ability to focus. If you plan to drink, arrange a designated driver, taxi, or rideshare service before leaving home. This simple choice can protect not only your life, but also the lives of passengers, pedestrians, and other drivers. Before we wrap up the video, take a moment to subscribe to the channel. Your support truly means a lot to us. By subscribing, you help us continue sharing important information that keeps drivers informed, safe, and protected from costly mistakes. Together, we can create a community that values responsible driving and safer roads for everyone. As we've seen in this video, many of the violations that can lead to serious fines or legal trouble are things drivers sometimes do without even realizing the risk. From using a phone while driving to speeding in safety zones, ignoring emergency vehicles, or driving with expired registration, these small mistakes can quickly turn into big consequences. The truth is, most drivers are not trying to break the law. They simply aren't aware of how strict certain rules have become or how closely roads are now being monitored. The good news is that avoiding these problems is actually very simple. By practicing safe driving habits, staying updated on traffic laws, and paying attention to road signs and signals, you can protect yourself from costly fines and dangerous situations. Something as small as slowing down near a school zone, renewing your registration on time, or putting your phone away while driving can make a huge difference for your safety and the safety of others on the road. Think about it this way. Every responsible decision you make while driving helps create safer roads for families, children, and other drivers around you. Driving is not just about reaching your destination, it's about making sure everyone arrives safely. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Your support truly means a lot to us and helps us continue sharing important tips, hidden laws, and safety updates that every driver should know. By subscribing, you become part of a growing community that believes in staying informed, driving responsibly, and protecting lives on the road. Also, let us know in the comments which of these rules surprised you the most. And if you want to learn more about hidden driving laws that could cost you thousands, make sure to check out our next video. Stay safe, drive smart, and we'll see you in the next one.